As we age, sleep often becomes harder to find and even harder to keep. For many seniors, this change isn't just about getting older, but rather the result of shifts in 4 key areas: circadian rhythm, melatonin, serotonin, and cortisol. Our circadian rhythm, the internal clock that tells us when to sleep and wake, begins to drift with age, often causing earlier wake times and lighter, more fragmented sleep. At the same time, melatonin, the hormone that signals bedtime to the brain, declines naturally, making it harder to fall asleep. Serotonin, which influences both mood and melatonin production, also drops, often due to decreased sunlight exposure and reduced physical activity. Meanwhile, cortisol, the stress hormone, can remain elevated into the evening, especially in those managing chronic anxiety, illness, or irregular routines, making true rest feel out of reach. The difference is striking when you compare a 25-year-old to a 65-year-old. While the younger adult typically falls asleep within 15 minutes and enjoys deep, uninterrupted sleep, the older adult may take twice as long to drift off and wake up 2 or 3 times a night. This isn't just frustrating, it's exhausting, and over time it can affect memory, blood sugar levels, immune health, and even emotional stability. Just ask Mr. Richard, a 70-year-old retired architect. For over 2 years, he woke up 3 times every night, never connecting it to his seemingly harmless evening habit, a cup of decaf coffee. Once he learned that even decaf contains small amounts of caffeine and that the ritual of coffee alone could trigger alertness, he replaced it with chamomile tea. Within 10 days, his nighttime awakenings dropped to 1, and after 3 weeks, he was consistently sleeping 6 hours straight. "I thought my problem was age," he admitted. "Turns out, it was just 1 cup." So here's the real question. If changing just 1 food before bed could help you sleep deeper, longer, and wake up clearer, would you be willing to try? If the answer is yes, let's begin with the foundation. 7 sleep-reviving foods, each backed by science and tailored for the aging body. Bananas are far more than just a convenient fruit. They're a natural sleep aid packed with nutrients that support the aging body's ability to rest. Scientifically, bananas contain 3 sleep-supporting compounds: magnesium, potassium, and vitamin B6. Magnesium helps calm the nervous system by enhancing GABA, a neurotransmitter that reduces brain activity and stress. Potassium relaxes muscles and regulates heart rhythm, promoting a physical state of rest. Vitamin B6 supports the conversion of tryptophan, naturally present in bananas, into serotonin, which later becomes melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. This trio works together gently, without causing sedation, helping seniors fall asleep more naturally and stay asleep longer. Several studies back these effects. For example, a 2011 clinical trial published in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences found that magnesium supplementation improved sleep time, reduced early morning awakening, and boosted sleep efficiency in elderly adults. Bananas, while not a pill, provide a daily source of magnesium, along with the synergistic nutrients that make it easier for your body to reset its sleep rhythm without pharmaceuticals. A real-life case illustrates this power well. Mrs. Judith, a 67-year-old retired librarian from Oregon, suffered from fragmented sleep for over a year. After reading about natural approaches to improve sleep, she began eating 1 ripe banana with small brown spots about an hour before bedtime. Within a week, she noticed she was waking up less frequently. After 3 weeks, she reported feeling mentally sharper in the mornings and more emotionally stable throughout the day. "It felt like my body remembered how to rest," she shared during a follow-up with her nutritionist. For older adults, how you prepare bananas matters too. A simple and effective option is a warm banana oat drink. Mash half a ripe banana and mix with a half cup of unsweetened oat milk, a pinch of cinnamon, and gently heat for 3–5 minutes. The natural sugars help deliver tryptophan into the brain, while the oats add fiber and complex carbs that stabilize blood sugar, important for avoiding 3A. Whey cups for diabetics or those watching sugar. A greener banana contains more resistant starch, which feeds beneficial gut bacteria that influence serotonin production without raising glucose levels. Bananas don't act like a light switch, but used consistently, they help the brain reestablish its natural sleep rhythm. Think of them not as a sleeping pill, but as a quiet teacher, reminding your body how to rest the way it used to. Now that we've seen how bananas gently guide the body towards sleep, let's turn to a different kind of helper, one that works more like a bodyguard protecting your rest from within: almonds. Almonds are more than just a crunchy snack. They're a powerful ally for restful sleep, especially for seniors. Rich in magnesium, healthy fats, protein, and vitamin E, almonds provide a multi-layered support system for the nervous system and sleep regulation. Magnesium, the star mineral here, helps calm the body by activating the parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for rest and digestion. It promotes muscle relaxation, slows heart rate, and enhances GABA production, all of which ease the body into a restful state. 1 ounce of almonds contains nearly 20% of the recommended daily intake of magnesium, making them a practical food-based solution for sleep challenges in aging adults. But that's not all. Almonds also help stabilize cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. High cortisol levels in the evening can delay melatonin production, preventing deep sleep. By lowering cortisol, almonds create a more favorable hormonal environment for relaxation. The vitamin E in almonds acts as an antioxidant, reducing low-grade inflammation, a factor often linked to disrupted sleep. Meanwhile, the monounsaturated fats in almonds help regulate overnight blood sugar levels. Many people wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. due to a dip in blood glucose. A small amount of healthy fat and protein before bed can help maintain stability throughout the night. Let's look at a real-life case. Mr. Lawrence, 70, from Michigan. After retiring, he found himself waking up several times during the night and struggling to fall back asleep. He wasn't interested in sleep medications, so his doctor recommended a simple change. Eat a small handful of raw almonds about 1 hour before bed. Within 10 days, his sleep became deeper and more continuous. By the 3rd week, he reported fewer nighttime awakenings and better energy during the day. He also noticed fewer aches in his joints, likely thanks to the anti-inflammatory properties of the nuts. For seniors, almonds are easy to include in the nightly routine. One ideal preparation is to soak a small handful of 6-8 almonds in warm water for 4-6 hours. Soaking reduces phytic acid, which can inhibit mineral absorption, and makes the almonds easier to chew and digest, important for older adults with dental or digestive issues. They can be eaten plain or blended into a warm almond milk drink with a pinch of cinnamon for added relaxation benefits. Another option is a banana almond smoothie made with half a banana, 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk, and a few soaked almonds, creating a gentle, nourishing bedtime snack that supports both neurotransmitters and blood sugar balance. Almonds don't force the body to sleep. They create the internal conditions for sleep to happen naturally by reducing stress, calming the nervous system, and fueling overnight stability. They are the kind of quiet companion every senior needs by their side as the body winds down for rest. And if almonds are the calm protectors of sleep, then fresh cherries are the rhythmic reset button, bringing back the natural signals that tell your body it's time to sleep. Let's explore how this sweet red fruit holds the key to restoring your inner sleep clock. Fresh cherries may look like a simple summer treat, but they're actually one of the few natural sources of melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating your sleep-wake cycle. This makes them particularly valuable for seniors, whose natural melatonin production often declines with age. In addition to melatonin, cherries are rich in anthocyanins, a class of powerful antioxidants that help reduce inflammation, especially in the brain. Chronic inflammation has been linked to poor sleep quality, cognitive decline, and even mood disturbances. By combining sleep-regulating hormones with anti-inflammatory compounds, cherries support both faster sleep onset and deeper, more restorative sleep. Scientific research strongly supports this. A study published in the European Journal of Nutrition found that adults who drank tart cherry juice twice daily for 2 weeks experienced significant improvements in sleep duration and quality. Another clinical trial conducted at Louisiana State University in 2014 showed that older adults with insomnia who consumed Montmorency tart cherry juice increased their average sleep time by over an hour per night. The cherries appeared to enhance tryptophan availability and reduce the breakdown of melatonin, helping the body maintain a more stable circadian rhythm. A real-life story that highlights this effect is Mrs. Rosa, a 72-year-old woman from Minnesota who had trouble falling asleep and often woke up feeling groggy. After her physician suggested trying cherries, she began eating 10-12 fresh or frozen cherries every night about an hour before bed. Within 2 weeks, she noticed that not only was she falling asleep more easily, but she also felt more refreshed in the morning. She later added a light stretching routine to her evenings and reported even better results. "It's not just about sleep," she said. "I feel more clear-headed during the day." For older adults, cherries are easy to incorporate into a nightly routine. The simplest option is to eat a small bowl of fresh or frozen cherries on their own, about 1-2 cups, ideally an hour before bedtime. It's important to avoid dried cherries, which are often loaded with added sugar that can spike blood sugar and disrupt sleep. For a more soothing option, you can blend cherries with unsweetened oat milk or almond milk to create a sleep-friendly smoothie. Adding a dash of cinnamon can enhance the calming effects while keeping the flavor enjoyable. Another idea: mix pitted cherries with a spoonful of chia seeds and refrigerate for a few hours to create a natural melatonin-rich pudding. Cherries don't just help you fall asleep, they help your brain stay asleep longer and wake up more refreshed. They act like a quiet reset button for your circadian rhythm, especially when consumed consistently. And if cherries are the natural signal that tells your brain it's bedtime, then kiwis are the builders, helping your brain and gut create the neurotransmitters and hormones needed for a peaceful night. Let's see how this fuzzy green fruit can become your next best sleep companion. Despite its small size and bright green color, kiwi is one of the most powerful natural foods for improving sleep quality, especially in older adults. Rich in serotonin, vitamin C, vitamin E, and folate, kiwi works on multiple levels to support healthy sleep. Serotonin is a key neurotransmitter that not only regulates mood, but also serves as a direct precursor to melatonin, the hormone responsible for triggering sleep. The high antioxidant content in kiwi, particularly vitamin C and E, helps reduce oxidative stress, which is often elevated in seniors and linked to disrupted sleep cycles, brain fog, and fatigue. Scientific evidence on kiwi's sleep-enhancing power is compelling. A study conducted in 2011 by Taiwan's Taipei Medical University found that participants who ate 2 kiwis 1 hour before bed every night for 4 weeks fell asleep faster, slept more deeply, and experienced significantly longer sleep duration. The researchers attributed these results to kiwi's serotonin-boosting effects, combined with its ability to reduce inflammation and regulate digestion, 2 often overlooked factors in sleep quality for older adults. One case that perfectly illustrates kiwi's benefits is that of Mr. Dennis, a 74-year-old retired carpenter from Vermont. After years of struggling with light, fragmented sleep, Dennis added kiwi to his evening snack based on a recommendation from a nutritionist. Within 10 days, he reported falling asleep in less than 30 minutes, a significant improvement from the usual 90 minutes, and waking up only once during the night instead of 4 or 5 times. What surprised him most was not just the sleep but the morning clarity. "I used to wake up feeling like I hadn't slept at all," he shared. "Now I actually feel rested." For seniors, kiwis are incredibly easy to add to the evening routine. Eating 1 or 2 whole kiwis about an hour before bedtime is all it takes. While most people discard the fuzzy skin, it's actually edible and loaded with extra fiber and antioxidants. Simply wash and scrub the kiwi gently and enjoy it whole. The added fiber supports gut health, which is increasingly recognized as a major factor in sleep regulation through the gut-brain axis. For a more indulgent preparation, slice 1 kiwi and combine it with half a banana and a splash of oat milk to make a creamy, serotonin-rich bedtime smoothie. The banana boosts tryptophan, while the kiwi provides serotonin and antioxidants, a powerful combination for natural melatonin production. Kiwis don't knock you out like a pill. They provide the raw materials your body needs to fall asleep naturally and stay asleep longer. Over time, they help restore balance to sleep cycles that have been thrown off by age, stress, or poor diet. And if kiwi helps lay the foundation for a healthy night's sleep, then oatmeal is the warm, steadying companion that keeps your energy stable and your brain calm throughout the night. Let's explore how this breakfast classic transforms into a nighttime sleep remedy. Oatmeal is widely known as a comforting breakfast, but when eaten at the right time and with the right ingredients, it becomes a surprisingly effective natural sleep aid, especially for older adults. What makes oats unique is their rich content of complex carbohydrates, magnesium, zinc, and a calming plant compound called avenin. These nutrients work together to support steady blood sugar levels, encourage relaxation, and promote melatonin production, all critical for falling asleep and staying asleep through the night. Complex carbohydrates in oats help the body absorb tryptophan, the amino acid that gets converted into serotonin and later melatonin. Without enough slow-digesting carbs, tryptophan struggles to reach the brain. Meanwhile, magnesium helps relax muscles and the nervous system, while zinc plays a key role in the chemical chain that converts tryptophan into sleep hormones. Even avenin, a lesser-known polyphenol in oats, has mild sedative effects that may help reduce anxiety and calm the brain before bed. These effects have been supported by research. A study from the University of Pennsylvania found that individuals who consumed more whole grains, including oats, reported better sleep quality and longer sleep duration. Additionally, research from the journal Nutrients has shown that evening carbohydrate intake, especially from low-glycemic foods like oatmeal, may help reduce nighttime awakenings and shorten sleep onset latency in older adults. Take, for example, Mr. Harold, a 69-year-old former truck driver from Georgia. For years, he experienced sudden awakenings between 2 and 4 a.m. His doctor suspected that blood sugar dips were triggering his internal alarm clock. After switching his evening snack from crackers to a small bowl of oatmeal made with almond milk, his sleep improved drastically. Within 1 week, Harold stopped waking up in the middle of the night. By the second week, he described his mornings as less foggy and said he finally felt restored. For seniors, oatmeal is simple to prepare and easy to digest. A perfect bedtime recipe is to cook a half cup of rolled oats in unsweetened almond or oat milk, add a pinch of cinnamon, and top with a few walnuts or almonds. The healthy fats further stabilize blood sugar, while the warm temperature of the meal naturally signals the body to wind down. For a lighter option, blend 1 tablespoon of dry oats with a banana and plant-based milk into a creamy bedtime smoothie, gentle on the stomach and packed with calming nutrients. Unlike a sleeping pill, oatmeal doesn't sedate the body, it stabilizes it. It helps maintain internal balance so your brain isn't jolted awake by hunger or stress signals during the night. Over time, consistent nighttime use may help regulate your circadian rhythm and improve sleep efficiency. And while oatmeal provides internal stability, chamomile tea offers external calm, gently signaling to both the body and mind that the day is done. Let's look at how this ancient herbal remedy works when brewed the right way. Chamomile tea has long been cherished as a gentle, natural remedy for sleep troubles, and modern science confirms its calming power. What makes chamomile special is a compound called apignin, a natural flavonoid that binds to specific receptors in the brain, particularly GABA receptors. These are the same receptors targeted by prescription anti-anxiety medications, but without the addictive potential or next-day grogginess. Apignin promotes relaxation, reduces mild anxiety, and encourages the body to transition into a restful state. For seniors whose nervous systems may be more sensitive and whose sleep cycles are often disrupted by stress or medication, chamomile offers a safe, non-pharmaceutical path to better rest. Clinical evidence supports chamomile's effectiveness. A randomized controlled trial published in the Journal of Advanced Nursing found that elderly patients who drank chamomile tea twice daily for 28 days fell asleep faster and had fewer nighttime awakenings. Another study from the University of Pennsylvania showed significant improvement in sleep quality among adults with chronic insomnia who consumed chamomile extract regularly. One real-world example is Mrs. Linda, a 71-year-old retired nurse from North Carolina. After years of poor sleep and reluctance to use sleep medication, she began preparing fresh chamomile tea each evening. Within a week, she was falling asleep within 20 minutes and staying asleep longer. What surprised her most was how much calmer she felt before bed, simply from the act of preparing and sipping her tea. It wasn't just the tea, she said. It was the ritual that signaled my body to let go. For older adults, the method of preparation is crucial. Many people use chamomile tea bags steeped for a minute or two, but this often results in a weak brew with minimal benefit. To unlock chamomile's full potential, it's best to use dried whole chamomile flowers, not powdered or bagged versions. Steep 1 to 2 teaspoons of flowers in hot but not boiling water, ideally around 170 degrees F, for 8 to 10 minutes in a covered cup to preserve the essential oils. Use a ceramic or glass mug to avoid chemical interference. Optional additions include lemon balm, a touch of raw honey, or passion flower, all of which enhance the tea's relaxing properties. Chamomile is not a sedative. It doesn't knock you out. Instead, it supports the body's natural relaxation system, helping you fall asleep peacefully and wake up clear-headed. It's ideal for winding down with soft lighting, no screens, and perhaps a bit of quiet music. When used consistently, chamomile becomes a signal to the brain that the day is done and rest is safe. And while chamomile soothes the nerves from the outside in, walnuts go deeper, fueling the production of melatonin and calming hormones from within. Let's see how this brain-shaped nut supports the very organ it resembles. Walnuts are more than just a heart-healthy snack. They're one of nature's richest sources of melatonin, the hormone that controls your internal clock and sleep-wake cycle. What sets walnuts apart from other nuts is their unique blend of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, magnesium, tryptophan, and antioxidants, all of which play direct roles in sleep regulation. Omega-3s in particular help reduce inflammation and support the nervous system, while tryptophan serves as a building block for serotonin and melatonin. Magnesium, found abundantly in walnuts, promotes muscle relaxation and supports GABA activity in the brain, helping the body and mind ease into sleep. Scientific research backs up these benefits. A study published in Nutrition found that diets rich in polyunsaturated fats like those in walnuts were associated with better sleep quality and longer sleep duration. Another study in the Journal of Sleep Research highlighted that consuming foods naturally high in melatonin, such as walnuts, can help regulate circadian rhythms, especially in older adults whose melatonin production naturally declines with age. Take the case of Mr. Martin, a 67-year-old retired engineer from California. Martin had trouble staying asleep, often waking up 2 or 3 times during the night. His doctor suggested he try a more natural approach, adding walnuts to his evening routine. He began eating 4 to 5 soaked walnuts about 45 minutes before bedtime. Within 2 weeks, he noticed fewer nighttime awakenings and an easier time falling back asleep. It wasn't just the sleep, he said. I felt sharper in the morning, less fog, more focus. For seniors, preparation matters. Raw walnuts can be hard to digest for some, so it's best to soak them in water for 4 to 6 hours before eating. This reduces phytic acid, which can block mineral absorption and makes the nuts softer and gentler on digestion. Pairing walnuts with a carbohydrate source like banana or kiwi helps the tryptophan cross the blood-brain barrier more efficiently, enhancing its conversion into sleep hormones. A simple bedtime snack might include a few soaked walnuts with kiwi slices, or blending them into a creamy smoothie with oat milk and a touch of cinnamon. Walnuts don't act like medication. They support the brain from within, providing the nutrients it needs to regulate hormones, reduce stress, and repair overnight. Their brain-like shape is no coincidence. They quite literally nourish the mind and help restore mental clarity after deep, restorative sleep. But even the best sleep-promoting foods can't work if sabotaged by the wrong evening habits. Now, let's uncover 5 common nighttime behaviors that silently destroy sleep quality, many of which most people overlook. Even with the best foods and intentions, certain everyday habits can quietly sabotage your sleep, especially for older adults. These behaviors often seem harmless or even helpful, but their impact on the brain and body can be more damaging than most realize. Take decaf coffee, for example. Many seniors switch to decaf, thinking it's a sleep-safe option. But the truth is, decaf still contains caffeine, typically about 3/10% of a regular cup. That's more than enough to disrupt sleep in sensitive individuals, especially those over 60, whose liver metabolizes caffeine more slowly. Even beyond the residual caffeine, the aroma and taste of coffee can signal alertness in the brain through learned associations, inadvertently activating neural circuits that delay sleep. Then there's evening wine, commonly used to unwind before bed. While alcohol can initially make you feel drowsy, it suppresses REM sleep and often leads to middle-of-the-night awakenings once it's metabolized. Moreover, alcohol interferes with the natural production of melatonin, the hormone critical for regulating your circadian rhythm. This effect becomes more pronounced with age, especially in women post-menopause. Another subtle disruptor is white LED lighting, especially in bedrooms. These lights emit high levels of blue-spectrum light, which can inhibit melatonin production by directly affecting the pineal gland. Exposure to bright white lighting during the evening, whether from ceiling bulbs, reading lamps, or screens, sends your brain the wrong message, that it's still daytime. The result, delayed sleep onset and fragmented rest. The 4th hidden habit is eating a large meal late at night. Digesting a heavy dinner close to bedtime raises core body temperature and increases heart rate, both of which delay deep sleep. It also taxes the digestive system at a time when the body is supposed to shift into repair mode. Seniors with reflux or blood sugar instability may be especially vulnerable to post-meal sleep disruptions. Lastly, one of the most overlooked mistakes is taking iron or vitamin C supplements in the evening. While both are essential nutrients, they can interfere with sleep when taken too close to bedtime. Iron stimulates metabolic activity, and vitamin C enhances iron absorption, which may inadvertently suppress melatonin and increase nighttime alertness. These supplements are best taken in the morning with food, unless otherwise directed by a physician. A real-life example brings all of this into focus. Ms. Mary, a 67-year-old from Illinois, had been battling insomnia for over 6 months. She tried herbal teas, meditation, even blackout curtains. Nothing worked. During a routine checkup, her doctor reviewed her supplements and discovered she was taking a multivitamin at 8 p.m. each night, one that included both iron and vitamin C. Once she shifted her supplement to the morning and reduced her evening meal size, her sleep gradually improved within 2 weeks. "I had no idea a vitamin could be the problem," she said. "I thought I was being healthy." The takeaway: it's not just what you eat, it's also when and how you live in the hours before sleep that determines whether your night is restful or restless. By identifying and adjusting these 5 hidden habits, seniors can dramatically improve the effectiveness of their sleep-supporting foods and reclaim the rest their bodies are craving. Now that you understand what to avoid, let's explore what to include, with a practical, easy-to-follow 7-day sleep recovery meal plan designed specifically for older adults. Creating a 7-day sleep recovery meal plan isn't about eating less, it's about eating smarter, especially for seniors. The right foods at the right times can help reset your circadian rhythm, reduce inflammation, and support the natural production of melatonin and serotonin, key players in restful sleep. Each day in this plan includes anti-inflammatory, easily digestible meals rich in tryptophan, magnesium, healthy fats, and slow-digesting carbs, all designed to calm the body and prepare it for rest. For breakfast, focus on protein-fiber balance to start the day without spikes. A good choice might be a hard-boiled egg, a slice of whole grain toast, and half an avocado. You can also try oatmeal topped with chia seeds and blueberries, or a smoothie made with almond milk, banana, and flaxseed. Lunch should be light but nourishing. A quinoa salad with chickpeas, cucumbers, and olive oil offers anti-inflammatory benefits and fiber. Grilled salmon with steamed spinach and brown rice is another great choice. Try to avoid fried foods, red meat, or creamy sauces that can trigger afternoon fatigue or digestive discomfort later. Dinner is the most important meal to get right for better sleep. It should be eaten at least 2-3 hours before bed and include complex carbs, lean protein, and healthy fats. Baked sweet potato with lentils and sautéed zucchini is one excellent option. A mild miso soup with tofu, seaweed, and soft rice is another. Try not to include onions, garlic, or spicy sauces that may disturb digestion. Snacks and small meals between lunch and dinner are encouraged, but only if you're hungry. Think hummus with cucumber slices, a handful of walnuts, or plain Greek yogurt with a drizzle of honey. Avoid sugary desserts or caffeine-based snacks late in the day. One of the most effective evening combinations is the sleep-friendly trio: 1 kiwi, a half cup of warm oatmeal, and 5 soaked walnuts. This combo delivers tryptophan, serotonin, fiber, and natural melatonin, all working together to gently guide your body into rest. It's best consumed about 1 hour before bedtime. Follow this with a relaxing beverage like chamomile tea, steeped properly for 8-10 minutes, and enhanced with lemon balm or a small spoonful of raw honey. Adding a few mint leaves or a slice of lemon provides additional digestive support, and the warm liquid helps drop your core temperature, one of the body's signals for sleep readiness. Hydration is important throughout the day, but in the evening, avoid drinking large amounts close to bedtime to minimize nighttime bathroom trips. If needed, sip small amounts of warm herbal tea instead of cold water after 8 p.m. This 7-day routine isn't about strict rules, it's about rhythm. Consistency in mealtimes, light exposure, and relaxation rituals helps rebuild your internal clock over time. Many seniors who follow this plan report falling asleep more easily, waking up less often, and feeling clearer in the morning, even if their total sleep time hasn't changed dramatically. The quality of sleep improves when the foundation of nutrition and routine is solid. Now that we've covered what to eat and when, let's move on to address the most common questions older adults ask about sleep, from supplements to sugar to melatonin safety, and provide evidence-based answers you can trust. Many older adults dealing with chronic sleep problems often have important, practical questions that deserve honest, science-backed answers. Let's take a closer look at some of the most frequently asked concerns and what current evidence suggests. Should I use sleeping pills long-term? This is one of the most common concerns. While prescription sleep aids may be helpful for short-term situations, like after surgery, a major life event, or during travel, long-term use is generally not recommended for seniors. Many medications like benzodiazepines or Z-drugs, e.g. zolpidem, carry risks of dependence, daytime grogginess, memory impairment, and increased risk of falls. Over time, the body can also develop tolerance, meaning higher doses are needed for the same effect. In older adults, this can lead to a dangerous cycle. The better approach: use medication only as a temporary bridge while making lifestyle, nutritional, and behavioral changes to support natural sleep. Is melatonin safe to take as a supplement? In small doses and short-term use, melatonin is generally considered safe, especially for people over 60, whose natural production of the hormone may be reduced. Studies suggest that doses between 0.3 mg to 1 mg, taken 1-2 hours before bed, can be effective for resetting the body's circadian rhythm, especially in those experiencing delayed sleep or jet lag. However, higher doses of 5 mg or more are often unnecessary and may disrupt sleep quality. It's best to consult a doctor before using melatonin, particularly if you're on medications like blood thinners or antidepressants. Can chamomile tea interfere with blood pressure medications? Chamomile is generally safe and well tolerated by most people, including those on common blood pressure drugs. However, mild interactions are possible, particularly with medications that already cause drowsiness or those that thin the blood like warfarin, due to chamomile's slight blood thinning effects. The key here is moderation and timing. One properly brewed cup of chamomile tea in the evening is unlikely to cause problems. But if you're taking multiple medications, especially for heart conditions, it's wise to talk with your healthcare provider before making it a nightly habit. Can people with diabetes eat oatmeal and bananas at night? Yes, with careful portion control and timing. Oatmeal is a low glycemic food, rich in soluble fiber, which helps stabilize blood sugar throughout the night. For people with type 2 diabetes, plain rolled oats, not instant, sweetened types, paired with a small amount of healthy fat like walnuts or flaxseed, can provide a steady energy release. Bananas, while higher in sugar, can still be part of an evening snack if eaten in small amounts, such as half a medium banana, especially when combined with protein or fat to slow absorption. The key is balance. Avoid eating these foods alone and monitor how your body responds. Many seniors find that a small portion helps prevent blood sugar dips that can trigger middle-of-the-night wake-ups. These are not one-size-fits-all answers. Every individual has unique needs, medications, and conditions. But with guidance, patience, and the right information, most seniors can create a nighttime routine that supports deep, restorative sleep without relying solely on medication. And if there's one principle that ties all of this together, it's this. When the body remembers how to sleep, it begins to heal from the inside out. Let's now turn to the final and most powerful insight of all, why a well-nourished, well-rested body becomes the foundation for true recovery, clarity, and strength at any age. Sleep is not just a break from the day, it's the body's most powerful built-in medicine. For older adults, quality sleep acts like a nightly reset button, supporting immune function, mental clarity, and cellular repair. During deep sleep, the body releases anti-inflammatory cytokines that help combat chronic inflammation, which is linked to everything from arthritis to cardiovascular disease. The brain undergoes a remarkable process of detoxification, flushing out waste proteins like beta-amyloid that, when accumulated, are associated with cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease. This is also the time when new memories are consolidated and damaged tissues begin to heal. Without enough restorative sleep, these essential processes slow down, leaving the body vulnerable to disease, mental fog, and emotional imbalance. Sleep also plays a key role in blood sugar regulation. During deep stages of sleep, insulin sensitivity improves, and the body becomes better equipped to manage glucose. This is critical for seniors at risk for type 2 diabetes or metabolic syndrome. Poor sleep, on the other hand, increases cortisol levels and disrupts hunger-regulating hormones like leptin and ghrelin, often leading to late-night cravings, overeating, and weight gain, setting off a vicious cycle that makes sleep even harder to achieve. Perhaps the most powerful truth is this: the body doesn't need synthetic chemicals to sleep, it needs the right rhythm. Eating nourishing foods at the right times, keeping lights low in the evening, avoiding stress-inducing habits, and allowing the mind to calm naturally, these are the foundations of deep, healing rest. Or as I often tell my patients, you don't need a sleeping pill, you need to teach your body how to remember sleep again. Consider the story of Mr. Franklin, a 75-year-old former math teacher who had suffered from chronic insomnia for over a decade. He often slept only 3 to 4 hours a night and relied on strong coffee and short naps just to get through the day. He tried medications, white noise machines, and even sleeping in a separate room. Nothing worked. That changed when he committed to a new nightly routine: a lighter dinner, a small bowl of oatmeal with kiwi and walnuts 1 hour before bed, followed by 15 minutes of slow breathing and meditation. Within 3 weeks, his sleep extended to 5 hours. By the end of 2 months, he was regularly getting 6 to 7 hours of uninterrupted rest. I didn't realize how bad I felt until I started waking up refreshed, he shared. The lesson is simple. When you nourish the body and respect its natural rhythms, it will return the favor with strength, clarity, and resilience. so why not start tonight? Choose just one healthy bedtime habit, maybe a banana with chamomile tea or a few soaked almonds before you dim the lights. Write down how you feel the next morning, track your progress, and then share your story. Your small change might be the inspiration someone else needs to reclaim their sleep and their life.